what's up guys? It's Trey, the Ohio Gun Guy, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about 7 easy steps to purchasing a suppressor. It was extremely easy, nothing hard, nothing complicated. Basically almost the same steps to purchasing a gun, just a little bit different. The time is better now, and I'm happy for that. And where you can go, I went to my range, and I did it on a silencer shop kiosk, which is the best bet, and I highly recommend that. And I made a few mental notes down here on my phone, and I'm going to be referring to them to help me out. Stay tuned. So, step one. So step one is just making sure that you're eligible. Ensure that you're eligible to own and buy a suppressor. It's just that simple. So it's the same eligibilities that you would need to purchase a firearm. You have to be 21 years or older. You have to be a U.S. citizen or a legal resident. You can't have like felonies or domestic violences, or I think being discharged will disqualify you. No disorderly conducts, and just make sure that it's legal to own in your state, which it is legal in about 42 states. So there's no tricks to that, because if you do have any of those things, then you'll lose the $200 that you spent for that tax stamp, and no one just wants to give anyone our money. So now it's time for step two. So step two. Step two is choosing a suppressor. And when you're choosing a suppressor, you want to do a lot of homework. Just go do homework, watch videos, read, and just ask questions. Ask friends, ask a neighbor, anybody that you know that has one. Just do your homework, do your due diligence, and keep in mind that you want to decide on the caliber, the brand, and the material. Those are 3 big things that you want to do. And also match it to your firearm's thread pattern, or choose one with a modular mounting option. And if that sounds like a foreign language, I can get more into that. I can make a video just on that, but I just recommend that you just do some homework. Just do some homework, and just keep in mind that, smaller suppressors are typically, smaller, lighter suppressors typically aren't as quieter as longer, heavier suppressors, which is okay, because there's different reasons why you would get a suppressor. Some people want suppressors for hunting. Some people want it for home defense. Some people want it for range use. So there's different reasons why you will want a suppressor, and I completely understand that, and it's different for everybody. So you choose what's best for you and why you want one, and just do your homework. So now it's time for step 3. Step 3, select a dealer. Now it's time to select a dealer and see if we're going to go into a storefront and buy a silencer from a storefront, or if we're going to go into a storefront and use a kiosk, or if we're going to order online, like from Silencer Shop, and use a Silencer Shop's kiosk that is in a storefront. Either option is fine, but the process and route would be just a tad bit different depending on which route you want to go. Now it's time for step 4. Step 4, paperwork and/or kiosk. So it doesn't matter if you choose to work directly through a dealer or order online and work through a kiosk. You're going to need 4 things. You're going to need to fill out the paperwork. That paperwork looks like firearm paperwork. It's the same stuff. General questions. You're going to need to do fingerprinting. You're going to need a passport photo, and you're going to need your ID. So, and you also will need to figure out if you want to file as a trust or an individual. Those are 2 different things. I can make a video just on that, but if you're filing as an individual, you're basically going to be the only one able to take that gun. You're going to be the only one that be able to take that gun. No one can take that gun without you being there. No one can shoot that gun without you being physically there. Now, a trust, I can wait for my daughter to be of age, and she can be like, hey dad, I want to take your gun to the range by myself without you there. And since she is a trust, she can do that. Since she's on my trust, she can do that. So now it's time for step 5. Step 5, submit ATF paperwork. Back in step 4, if you went directly to a dealer and bought a suppressor from their store, then that paperwork has already been submitted. They said they would take care of everything right then and there before you leave, and it's a waiting game after that. But if you chose to shop online like I did and use a kiosk like I did, because your store doesn't have suppressors there and they're not too knowledgeable on it, then now you're about to get an email signing off so they can send your fingerprints and everything through to ATF. Once ATF accepts that, then you need to sign off again on form, I think it's form 3. Yes, it's form 3, which is a dealer to dealer, which is allowing this dealer to send your stuff to this dealer. That's all that is, your silencer. And once they get that silencer, you're going to get an email, and you're going to go into the store, whatever FFL you chose, and now you have to sign off on more paperwork. And so this, I meant to tell you guys this. You're going to need, let me go to it. So no one told me this, but you're going to need to go to eForms.atf.gov. You're going to need to go there. And when you go there, you're going to need to register and create a 4-digit PIN and use the same password and the same email and address that you use for the other stuff. Anything else, you're going to want to use that. Well, that's if you signed up on the kiosk and stuff. You use the same email and everything. You're going to need that. And you're going to need this even if you didn't do the kiosk stuff. I believe, I'm not sure. But if you do the kiosk, I know for a fact you're going to need this. So you got to get that ASAP. You got to get that soon, as soon as you can, at least while you're waiting. And so, like I said, once you go into there, once they approve Form 3 and they send your silencer over to this FFL, they're going to email you. You're going to go in and you're going to sign off on Form 4, and then after that, that takes us to Step 6. So, Step 6, wait for ATF approval. You can't take possession of your silencer, whether you bought it at the range or, and they're not going to send it to you. They'll send it to an FFL dealer until it's approved, I believe. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact you cannot take possession of it until it's approved. So you got to wait for approval. About a few years ago, this process took freaking 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Now it's happening in 3, 4, 5 days, and sometimes I've heard quicker than that sometimes. So this is a win for us. This is record timing. And wait for ATF approval. That's easy. Just relax, wait, and if you are denied, just figure out why you're denied. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on that. So just wait for ATF approval. Now it's time for Step 7. So Step 7. Step 7 is taking possession. Once you are approved, your dealer will notify you, and now it's time to take possession. It's just that simple. This is the easy, fun, probably the best step. So in conclusion, this is being done in record timing. I really, really advise you guys to go out there and get you guys a suppressor. Trump is trying to make it to where we don't need to do these crazy steps. Sometimes it can be a bit of a hassle. I know we all got lives and got stuff going on, and we wish we can get it as soon as we buy it, but let Trump do his thing and we'll see how things go. Also, silencer shop. If you find a dealer with a silencer shop kiosk, that is going to make your day a lot easier and your time a lot easier. You can get on the phone with them, they'll walk you through everything, and it's extremely simple, extremely easy, and they're going to make it a lot more easier. So listen, thank you guys for watching. Ohio Gun Guy signing out. Right now, there's a war on guns, and people are screaming gun control, gun control, gun control. And I feel as if they're trying to strip away from our Second Amendment rights. And with your help, you can help spread this message by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. As my shirt reads, my Second Amendment rights are not up for debate. God, family, and guns. Always remember that. Ohio Gun Guy signing out.